hello and welcome to this asynchronous lesson. So this is Unit 3, this is Humour, and this is the first lesson in Unit 3. So this is Who Makes You Laugh, yeah? You can find this in your booklet around page 25, okay? So as is normal, we can find the resources here. Course material, odd terms, Unit 3, Lesson 1. And as is normal, before we do anything, we need to do the quiz, Who Makes You Laugh, which I've opened here. If you can't access this, get in touch with your instructor. So what we can do, we can do this second exercise. We can match the words with their definitions. Yeah, I'm not sure that we can do this. Right, okay, these are slightly out of order. Let me fix that now. Interesting. These are not out of order. Strange, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, first we need to do this one. Comedians, find the definition, and then we need to use this vocabulary here in this question. Yeah, so Robin Williams, Woody Allen, and Chris Rock are all famous what? Okay, so using this vocabulary here, what are they famous? Yeah, they are probably famous comedians. Yeah, so match the vocab with the definition, and then match this. Put this vocabulary into here. Okay. Right. So when we've done that, we're ready to head over to our booklet. Listen to the students discussing the question above. Okay, so this question, who makes you laugh? Match the people with their ideas. So Una, Marcus, Sophie, and Felix. He, she likes other people's jokes. He, she often makes other people laugh. He, she doesn't understand jokes in a foreign language. He, she likes laughing at simple things. He, she likes watching comedies. He, she shares jokes with his or her friend. Okay, so is this a statement about Una, Marcus, Sophie, or Felix? We can head on over, we can find the audio. The Q Classroom, so it's this one. Let me open the tape script. And before we listen, it might be a good idea for us to think about this question. Who makes you laugh? Yeah? And why do they make you laugh? Yeah? So before we do any listening, it's probably a good idea for us to start thinking, who makes us laugh and why do they make us laugh? Yeah? Maybe that information will help us understand the listening a bit better. Right, okay, so go ahead, listen. So it's this audio here, the Q class. Okay. Pause this video, come back, and we'll check together. Okay, so likes other people's jokes. That's about Marcus. Often makes other people laugh. Also about Marcus. Doesn't understand jokes in a foreign language. I think it's about Felix. Likes laughing at simple things is Felix. Likes watching comedies is Una, and shares jokes with his or her friend is Sophie. Yeah, and if we head over to the tape script, we can find those answers. Marcus, what makes you laugh? Da da da. I like to listen to people telling jokes, yeah? I'm also very funny myself. So we've got the answers to the first two questions here. I like to listen to people tell jokes. I'm also funny myself. So that's A and B about Marcus. Here, Felix, you need to understand the joke. Some English-speaking comedians aren't funny to me. Okay, so she doesn't understand jokes in a foreign language. People falling down and throwing pies, silly things like that, make Felix laugh. Yeah? Likes watching comedies. Do you like comedies? Yes, I love them. Yeah, so Yuna likes watching comedies and shares jokes with his or her friend. So this is Sophie. Lots of times we laugh at things that nobody else thinks are funny. Yeah? So they share the joke together. Yeah? They laugh at things together that other people don't think are very funny. Right, okay, if you need to listen to that again, if you need to use a tape script and listen, go ahead and do that. Yeah? When you're ready to move on, let's move on. You're going to listen to a radio program about Jackie Chan, a popular action comedian. This is Jackie Chan. Here he is. An action comedy star. Look at the photos. Why do you think people will say he's funny? Okay, so let's try to find the photos. Oof, so slow. So slow. Right, well, let's look at these photos, yeah? Any photo is fine. Look at the photos. Why do you think people will say he's funny? Why do we think he's funny? No? So let's try to think of two reasons. Why does he look funny? Does he have a funny face? Now let's listen about Jackie. Number the topics in the order the speaker talks about them. And there are two topics we don't need. Okay, so which do they talk about first? Which do they talk about second, third, fourth, and fifth? Sorry, only four, of course, yeah? There is no fifth because there are two that we don't need to use. And this audio. We can close that now. We can close that now. Let's check. I think it's this audio, but let's double check.
Listening 1. Jackie Chan, action comedy hero.
Don't do this. Do this, okay? Which do they talk about? First, second, third, and fourth. Pause this video, go and listen to the audio, and then come back and we will check. Okay, so then they talk about his professional acting career, talk about his international career, and that's it. They don't talk about his family, and they don't talk about his university. Okay, if you need to listen again, if you're unsure of that, listen again, use the tape script. Yes, the tape script is here. And check our answers. When we're ready to move on, let's move on. Let's listen again and complete these sentences. Okay, before we listen again, let's read the sentences and let's think about what information is going to go here. Okay, so Jackie Chan was born in. This preposition is important. Was born in. Born in a place. Yeah. Chan's real name means born in something. During school days, Jackie Chan practiced what? Practiced maths, practiced piano, practiced what? In the mid-70s, he started his something. He became a star first in something. Chan's first Hollywood films were, so this is plural, so maybe 2 films here. Maybe 2 films, maybe this is the name of 2 films, or maybe it's an adjective. Jackie Chan's first Hollywood films were not successful. Yeah? Chan starred in Rush Hour in, this could be a place or this could be a year. Yeah? In San Francisco or in 2003. Yeah? Alright, so let's listen again and try to complete the sentences. Pause this video, head over to the audio, listen again and come back and we will check. Okay, so Jackie Chan was born in Hong Kong in 1959. Okay, so maybe we had a year here as well, in 1959. Chan's real name means born in Hong Kong. He practiced Kung Fu. Kung Fu and he practiced acting. In the mid-1970s, he started his professional acting career. He became a star first in Hong Kong, where he was born, and his first Hollywood films were not popular. Chan starred in Rush Hour in 1998. Yeah? And we can find all of those answers here in the tape script. If you need to read and listen again at the same time, go ahead and do that. Yeah? Nothing very difficult there, I think. I think that's quite straightforward. Okay, now, some skills work. It's very important that we can listen not just for the main idea, like we practiced up here, but it's very important that we can listen for some specific information like we've practiced here. Yeah? So, specific information is like important details, yeah, like the phone number or the date or the year or the address, yeah? Or the name of people or the places, dates and times, events and stuff. Yeah? Right, okay, so there's lots of specific information in that audio that we just listened to. So we're going to listen again. And we're going to try and write down some more of that specific information. Yeah. So at the start of the audio, they gave us a telephone number. So can we try to write that down? His exact birth date, when he moved to Hollywood, and so on and so on. Okay. So before we listen, read this. Any difficult vocabulary, check with your dictionary. Then head over to the same audio as this. Listen again, and can we find the specific information? Okay. Come back when you're ready to check, and we will check together. Alright, so the telephone number to call is this one, 877-555-1167. His birth date, April 7th, 1954. When he moved to Hollywood, in the 1980s, Chan moved to Hollywood. So the 1980s. We don't know exactly the year, but the 1980s. Yeah, so a 10-year range. When Americans thought of, what Americans thought of Chan, what did they think? They loved him. They loved the movie and they loved Jackie Chan. Okay, so they loved him. 3 reasons why he's funny. He smiles and laughs. Where can I see that? He smiles and laughs so much. He's so fast. He smiles and laughs so much. He's so fast. Okay, in his fight scenes, he's so fast. And fan 2 loves watching his interview. Yeah, so loves watching his interview. Okay, listen to the end of the radio program. Okay, so it's this audio. Let me show you. So it's this audio here, this 58-second one, called radio program. Listen to the end of the radio program. Let's try and write down the specific missing information. Okay, pause this video, head over to the audio, listen and come back and we will check. Okay, so in 2001 and 2005, plans for a third Shanghai movie. In 2009, a Chinese worker who lives in Tokyo. And the last one, they think comedy is what Jackie Chan does best. Yeah? And again, we have the information here. We can listen and we can read at the same time and check our answers. Right, okay. So that's the first lesson in this new unit, which is all about humour. And today we've learnt, excuse me, some information about Eunice, Marcus, Sophie and Felix, but we've learnt a lot more about Jackie Chan and about his history and his career. And we've done some skills work, listening for specific information. Okay, your next lesson in this unit is this one, Can Anyone Be Funny? So if you want to preview that before the next lesson, you can. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any comments, leave your comments in the YouTube comment section below. Okay, bye-bye.